So yeah, when I would do the comparison, I would be like, oh yeah, it's 3,000, this much. I'm like, it's a lot of money. It's not even that great of a product, or like you had to sharpen it. And I was kind of like trying to like bash him a little bit nicely. And my manager was like, Kathy, you're killing yourself. My average order was like $140. My closing was like under 50%. And he said, he's like, this is the best in store. So like, you're basically someone, you want to be a trusted advisor. He's like, you want to be a trusted advisor, you want to be a trusted friend, right? When you're like think about when you go shopping with your friend and they're like, oh, Annalise, that looks so good, you should totally wear it. And you're like, oh, okay. So like having that like trusted friend that you like listen to their advice, right? You want to be that trusted friend. So you don't want to sound like a salesy person. You don't want to be like knocking stuff down. I remember John Austin when he would say, and you can ask him, he helps run our Conroe office. But when he started, I remember the first time I skills checked him, he was like, Miss Jones, you're talking 3,000, 300, whatever for a Woodstock. He's like, and you could find it on sale, like maybe if it's like Black Friday and it's like the last thing, you like elbow someone and you get the last one on the thing. And I was just like, what are you saying? And I remember telling him like, you sound so salesy. And like, you don't want to sound salesy. No one likes to be sold. Cool. People love to buy. Write that down. No one likes to be sold. People love to buy. People love to shop. People love to buy things, but no one likes to be sold. So it's important that when you're talking to somebody and going through your closing, that it's very like matter of fact, right? You're sharing basic information with them that's going to help them out, basic information for them to know for later. So that's really, really important. Cool. So don't be that like sleazy salesman. You start to be like, hey, when it comes to high quality cutlery, it's like anything else. There's a wide range of quality and prices. Cutco's top rated, so we only compare to the highest quality stuff. So check, you see there the Williams, the Wusthof and the Schoen. Cool. So those right there, have you heard of those before? Yeah, you're gonna find those at Williams Sonoma. You'll find some of them at Macy's. You'll find some even at Bed Bath & Beyond. Anywhere they sell high-end kitchen stuff. You're going to find them. All right. If you're looking for their top grades, because these brands have different sets that range in price, the top stuff you're going to find more at Williams Sonoma, Sur Table, and like any like store that's like kitchen products, right? Like they carry all the best stuff. Macy's and the others, it's going to be a range. Like they sell all the different sets, all the different prices, right? So anyway, this is the best stuff sold overseas. It's the top stuff you're going to get in stores. It has almost everything you look for in a good set, but like making sure not to bash them. Like, I'm like, hey, this is like a little bit about them. And I'm like, so as you can see the price for it, I'm like, these are 3,000, 325, you can find them on sale for less. So again, just very matter of fact. It's not like, maybe you could find it on sale, like, it's like, hey, sometimes you find it on less, like with like, when there's like holidays and stuff happening, you'll find them discounted, but there are some very big differences with us and them, So my manager's like, make sure to let them know, like, hey, this is the best stuff you're going to get in stores. It's top quality, made overseas. So like build that up, and then you're like, hey, there are some differences. And now when you show them the differences, they see, oh wow, Cutco's better. And you're like, yeah. So, when something's twice as good, offers twice the quality and value, like what do you have to pay in price? Like twice the price. And at twice the price, even if we just use the sale price, you'd be looking at over you'd be looking at over $4,000, like using that 2,000 price. At twice the price, you're looking at 4,000. I'm like, so go ahead and jot that down, Ms. Jones, 4,000. And it's like buying a really nice refrigerator or home appliance, or like a really nice setup of Snap-ons or Craftsman tools. Cool. That's what you want to do. All right. So again, in that first part, and just follow through with your manual, like you can build up, be like, hey, this is top stuff you're going to get in stores. Have you heard of them before? Okay, great. They're top, made overseas. They have almost everything you look for in a great set of cutlery. And these brands have different sets that range in price. Kind of like BMW has 357 series. I'm like, same deal. I'm like, so this is their top stuff. So obviously it's not cheap. They retail 3,345. You can find them on sale for less. There are some differences between us and them though. You go through that. And when you say 4,000, it's very matter of fact. Like, so don't go, when I was new, I would go, you're talking $4,000, but don't worry, Miss Jones, it's not. Don't do that. All right. So I want you guys looking out for your partner. What do they do? Write it down. All right. I'm going to have you guys like grading your partners. Do they say like 4,000 and be like, oh, but don't worry, it's not that much, or, oh, that might sound like a big price ticket, or no. Like you're representing something that's the best. Don't forget that. We talked about that yesterday. So be confident and then make it comparable to something in their house. Right. So it's like, So Ms. Jones, you'd be looking at 4,000. I'm like, so it would be like buying a really nice appliance at home, a really nice fridge, or like a really nice set of Snap-ons or Craftsman. If you know the person you're seeing, who here knows somebody that has like designer handbags, like Louis Vuitton handbags or Gucci or whatever, cool. Those are all several $1,000s, just so those of you who don't know. A wallet costs like $900, all right? Just so you're aware. Also, who here knows someone that golfs? Raise your hand if you know someone that golfs, all right? Who knows how much a good set of golf clubs, like a really good set, not a crappy set, a good set. How much, Nathan?
Probably a couple thousand for a really complete set.
Yep. My friend bought a set. He spent like $4,000 on his like set. And I was like, what? And he's like, these are top of the line Callaways, blah, blah, blah. Like, I don't even know. I had a friend once that bought, I forgot which one, and spent, you know, like $800 on one, right? Like he had a really good driver, I think it was, or whatever. And he's like, he spent a lot of money on it. And again, if you don't golf, you're not going to spend that. But for somebody who's a golfer and they want to have good, like if they want to have the best, like they're going to spend several $1,000s for a really nice set of golf clubs. Okay. So just know, so if you know someone golfs, if you know someone has designer stuff, like, you know, if I know that about them, or if I see like their Louis Vuitton bag, or, you know, we're chatting, like I bring that up as my, like I bring that up there. I say, so it would be like, you know, $4,000, like a really nice refrigerator, really nice, you know, any nice appliance, Snap-on tools, Craftsman, or even like a really great set of golf clubs or like a Gucci handbag, you know? And they're like, oh yeah, I did spend that on that. And guys, people like, I have a handbag, it costs more than an Ultimate set. I don't even use it every day. I don't even know where it is right now, actually. It might be hidden in my closet because there's multiple different things. I used to have a bag fetish. And there are many moms in Houston that have bag fetishes, all right? So once you finish that first part of your closing, all right, the second part, again, in any sale is how you present the actual price, cool? So the price presentation. And so again, you guys know when you quote competitors, you say hundreds, thousands of dollars, right? Like their big screen TV is $2,875. Ours, you know, excuse me, theirs is 2,000. I don't even know what I said. Let's just say $2,578. Ours, it's only $2,578. You know, like that, their laptop is $1,865, and ours, it's only $1,865. You know, like their tablet is $968, and ours, it's only $968. Guys, I said all the same numbers, right? But do you guys see how it sounds different? All right, so it's that's the psychology, the sales psychology, and the audio aspect of it, okay? So hundreds, thousands of dollars, whenever you quote competitors, you do that, it sounds as big as possible. Whenever you quote your own, you drop that. You see the same thing visually when you go to the store, right? The laptop is $19.99, or if you go online to Apple, you're not gonna see it marked at 2,000, it says $19.99. Did they trick you? Were you like, oh my gosh, I didn't know it was 2,000. I thought it was 19. Like, you know, it's $2,000. All right. It's not like they tricked you. It's just your brain is more comfortable seeing the one than the two. It's the visual aspect of consumer psychology and buying. All right. You just see the one first. So it just feels smaller. Just like if you say, hey, this is $1,326, it just feels smaller than $1,326. Everyone got that? So the second thing I want you guys looking at when your partner does this is, are they actually quoting prices properly? All right. So how are they quoting the competitors? How are they quoting your own, their own? So making sure they're quoting it. And you also want to make sure the customer's writing down prices. Cool. They should have written down 4,000 on page 8. And then when you quoted prices, they should be writing other numbers. So I want you guys, by the way, pretend you are your partner's customer, and whatever they tell you to write, do it so that I can see what they told you to write. All right. And you could show it to them. Like, this is all you told me to write. So I want you guys to jot that down as they do that. And then the third part of closing is actually asking for the order with confidence. Cool. And I don't care how you ask, be like, do you want to go ahead and try that out? Hey, did you want to do that? Hey, does that work well for you today? Hey, whatever it is, asking for the order with confidence. All right. So I want to make sure that you guys do that. So we're going to break out into rooms. If you jumped on late, I'll just throw you into a room. You're going to go with your partner. A group might have a group of 3, but first person, you're going to be the rep. The other person's going to be the customer. Customer, you're going to write down notes on what they did well, like anything that they're doing, like anything that's questionable. Maybe it's not in the script. You're like, where did that come from? So just what did you like? What did you question? All right. Or any tips you might have. And then anything they tell you to write it on paper so we can see what they're actually writing. Sounds good? All right. And so we're going to do a little self-coaching in here. So I'm going to go ahead and open the rooms, and I'm going to give you guys about 15 minutes in the rooms. All right. And then we're going to come back to give feedback, and then I can teach you guys and give you feedback on it. Sounds good? So we talked about 3 parts to the close: the comparison, the actual giving of prices, like the price presentation, and the second part is actually asking for the order. Okay. What I'm referencing is that, like, if you guys want to maximize sales, I talked about yesterday closing with the deposit program, right? The trial close is what it's called. When you close with the trial close, you're going to sell a lot more, Mr. Pena. You're going to sell more often, and you're going to sell bigger, all right? And when you ask for the order, it's not a yes or no question. It's a which one. You're expecting it, and you're saying, hey, Miss Jones, so I wouldn't be doing my job if I didn't ask if you want to go ahead and try this. You could either pay for it in full or put the deposit. That way you can get it, try it out, see how you like it, and then we'll go from there. All right. So you want to make sure that if you're going to use the trial close, you actually use it properly and you ask for the order the right way, where you're saying, hey, do you want to pay in full, or do you want to just put the deposit down? That way you can get it, try it out, see how you like it, and then make a decision. All right. So let's go. Miss Cynthia, I'm going to have you go ahead and do, are you okay with me putting you on the spot?
Yeah, man, it's fine. I ain't worried about it.
Awesome. So what I want you guys to do is and so I want to make sure you guys catch that. So go ahead, Miss Cynthia. I will be your customer.
Okay, cool. Here. There we go. Okay, Miss Jones, let me review why so many people choose to invest in Cutco. You'll always have sharp American-made knives that are comfortable, safe, and sanitary. Cutco is guaranteed to last forever, so it'll be the last set of knives you'd ever buy. And Cutco saves a lot of money. Most customers who buy Cutco eat out less. So that could save you like $60 a month. That'd be around $720 this year, and over 25 years, you'll save over $18,000. So there are several reasons why so many customers choose sets. Cutco sets have the right tool for the right job. Cutco sets have built-in discounts, so it's cheaper. Sets come with a free cutting board and other free stuff. Sets are much safer because they come in a block or a tray. And we have interest-free monthly investment options, so you don't have to pay for it all at once. Okay, Ms. Jones, so now we're going to exit the full screen. You can even just hit the escape button and it should bring you back to the original page.
Got it.
Cool. So go ahead and scroll down to the next slide called Set Options and go full screen on that one for me.
Okay, got it.
Perfect. So let's go to the first slide where you'll see a Wusthof and Shun brand comparison.
Mm-hmm.
So when it comes to high quality cutlery, it's like anything else. There's a wide variety of quality and prices. Cutco is top rated, so we only compare to the highest quality brands. So I have a price comparison for our top competitors, which is Wusthof and Shun. Have you heard of them before?
I've heard of Wusthof before.
Okay, cool. So these high quality sets are made overseas and are 2 of the top selling brands in stores. So I know you haven't heard of Shun, but you could probably see them like Macy's. So yeah. Yes. Each brand has different types of sets which range in price, but Wusthof is the most popular. So I'm sure that's probably why you've heard of Wusthof and not Shun. Mm-hmm. The price for this Wusthof set is $3,435. Sometimes you can find it on sale for $2,000. And there are some major differences between these brands and Cutco. Wusthof has mostly straight edges, so they need to be sharpened, which is a hassle. They are not recommended for the dishwasher, and the warranty is on manufacturing defects only. So with them, the only way you could get something replaced is if it came broken. Yes. In comparison, Cutco has our unique wedge lock handle, exclusive Double D Stay Sharp edge, and we have our 4-part forever guarantee, including free sharpening. Cutco owners will tell you that it's 10 times better than any knives they've ever used. Just considering the guarantee and unique features, most people would agree that Cutco is at least twice as good as Wusthof. So when something offers twice the quality and value and lasts forever, you would expect it to be at least twice the price. So at twice the price, you're talking over $4,000 for a set of Cutco. So Miss Jones, do you have a piece of paper and pen around you?
Yeah,
Are you able to grab that for me?
I got it.
Cool. So go ahead and write down $4,000 for me.
All right. Got it.
Perfect. So as I said earlier, our Homemaker Plus 8 is our most popular set. It's perfect for families that cook 2 to 4 times a week. It has the 10 basic tools I explained earlier, 8 table knives, the wood block, and a sharpener for straight edges. We also have a Homemaker set without table knives. If you were considering a set of Cutco, would you prefer the set with the table knives?
Yeah, for sure.
Cool. So the great thing is that it doesn't cost $4,000, so you can go ahead and scratch that out for me.
Oh, okay.
Okay. Now go ahead and write down $3,435.
Mm-hmm.
It doesn't even cost as much as that, and that's the Woostock price. The Homemaker Plus 8 set is only $13.26 in full, so go ahead and write that down.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, now that also includes shipping, but most of our customers take advantage of our 5-month interest-free pay option, which is only $289 today. So go ahead and write an arrow across from $13.26 and write $289 for me.
Okay.
Cool. Now go ahead and circle that.
All right.
So we also have our 100% refundable option. So you could try this out for 3 weeks, and if you don't like it, you can send it back and get a full refund. You would just pay the $289 today to try it.
Okay.
Okay, so we have a bonus where if you buy now, I can give you an entertainer pack or super shears for free. Now, Miss Jones, I wouldn't be doing my job if I didn't ask you, would you like to try out the Homemaker set today and get your free gifts?
All right. Yeah, I do. All right. Cool. So hopefully you guys wrote down a couple things. All right. By the way, great job overall. But I
you.
want you guys to notice, yeah, you can give her little snaps. Everyone, you know, she can see you. Yeah, there you go. So here we go. When we go to, so let me just do it, and then we'll chat. Let me go through it. I'm going to not do the comparison. You did a great job with that, by the way. Sorry, the summary. I'm not going to do the summary. So we're just going to go to the first slide where you see Wusthof and Schoen brand. All right, awesome. So Miss Cynthia, when it comes to high quality cutlery, it's like anything else. There's a wide variety of quality and prices. Cutco's top rated, so we only compare the highest quality brands. I have a comparison for our top competitors, Wusthof and Schoen. Have you heard of them before?
No, ma'am.
Okay, so no worries, but these are top rated, high quality sets made overseas, top 2 selling brands in stores. So each of these brands has different types of sets that range in price, kind of like BMW has like 3, 5, 7 series, same deal. All right, so this is their best stuff. The Wusthof set, which is the most popular of the two, is $3,435. Sometimes you can find it on sale for $2,000, especially during holidays. But there are some major differences between these brands and Cutco. So Wusthof has mostly straight edges, so they still need to be sharpened, which is a hassle. They're not recommended for the dishwasher, and the warranty, it's against manufacturing defects only, all right? In comparison, Cutco has our unique wedge lock handle that fits everyone's hand perfect. It has the exclusive double D edge, the stay sharp edge for any knives that you're dragging, and we have the 4-part forever guarantee, including our free sharpening. So Cutco owners like Miss Susie, Miss Smith, Nadia, you know, like they'll all tell you it's like 10 times better than any knives they've ever used. And just considering the guarantee and unique features, most people agree Cutco is at least twice as good as Wusthof. Well, when something offers twice the quality and value and lasts forever, you'd expect it to be at least twice the price, right? And at twice the price, even if we use the sale price of $2,000, you'd be talking $4,000 or over $4,000 for a set of Cutco. And so do you have a pen and paper nearby? Yeah, go ahead and jot down 4,000. All right. And so it would be like buying a really nice refrigerator, like home appliance, or even like outdoor tools like Snap-ons or Craftsman, like buying a really nice set of those. All right. So as I said earlier, our Homemaker Plus 8 is our most popular set. It's for families that cook 2 to 4 times a week. It has the 10 basic tools I explained earlier, the 8 table knives, the wood block, the sharpener for the straight edges. We also have the homemaker set you see there without the table knives because some people like to put them in the drawer. If you were considering a set of Cutco, would you prefer with the set with the table knives in the block or in the, just to put them in the drawer? Okay, great. Well, hey, the great thing is that it doesn't cost $4,000. Go ahead and cross that out. All right. Although it would be if it was sold in stores. All right. Go ahead and cross out 4,000. And it doesn't even cost. Go ahead and jot down underneath that. Put 3,435. Go ahead and jot down 3,435. Let me know when you've got that.
I've got it.
All right, great. So you can cross that out too. So it doesn't even cost as much as that. And that's the retail price for the Wusthof set if you go into a store, all right? The Homemaker Plus 8 is actually only $13.26 paid in full, which does include shipping. So go ahead and write down $13.26.
Got it.
All right, and Miss Susie, you could pay for it in full, but most of my customers didn't put away a couple grand waiting for the knife girl. So what most do is take advantage of our 100% refundable security deposit. Go ahead and write this down on your paper. Put 100% refundable deposit. 100% refundable deposit.
Got it.
And then put 3 weeks. Try it. 3 weeks to try it, and underline that. 3 weeks to try it.
Okay.
Alrighty. And now, so how this works is the company lets you put down 100% refundable for any set that you want to try. You put 20% down, right? And so for this one, go ahead and write down next to it, make a little line and put 289.
Okay.
Go ahead and circle 289.
Got it.
All right, so that's what the deposit would be to try this set out. And so basically what would happen is you'd put the deposit, you get the product, you have 3 weeks to use it, abuse it, and make sure you love it. Worst case scenario, send it back. You had free Cutco for 3 weeks, worst case. And I highly doubt, Miss Cynthia, that that's gonna happen. You're gonna absolutely love this stuff. So you have 2 options. You can, 1, call and pay the whole thing off, all right? Or what most of our customers do is our easy pay. It's interest free and it's the same amount each month. So what you would do is you'd put aside, go ahead and write down, put a little arrow and put $73 a week.
Okay.
All right, and so that's what you'd want to put aside in the budget. And for you and your husband, actually, you can put next to that, put $37 each. I know a lot of my customers have found that really helpful to see like, okay, where could we squeeze it into the budget, you know? But that's what it would come out to, is about $37 each, all right? So we have something called a buy now bonus. And what that is, it's a reason to buy now versus later. So if you wanted to get that set, you know, today, if you wanted to try that out, you could actually, I would buy you a free gift as a thank you for getting it today versus later. All right. So I wouldn't be doing my job if I didn't ask. If that's a set you want to try out, you can either pay for it in full or put the deposit. That way you can get it, use it, abuse it, make sure you love it, and then decide.
I'm interested.
All right. So did you want to do the deposit or you wanted to pay in full?
I'll do the deposit.
Cool. Yeah, that's what most of my customers do. I mean, it's 100% refundable. So it gives you a chance to really make sure, show it to your husband too, make sure you guys use it. You haven't gotten to feel it, and then go from there. Sounds good?
Yes.
So, and then we'll keep going from there. So I'm going to pause on 435. So I did still have that. This is what you told me to write down. So this is everything you told me to write down. And I did it how you told me. So you didn't tell me to cross that out. You didn't break down the smaller, and then we didn't have the 100% refundable. Cool. So just that's a little thing, but by the way, it's a little thing that makes a very big difference psychologically in your sales when they're looking at the smaller number, when they're looking at 100% refundable, like that is like, okay, you know what, we'll try it. Cause why? I'm not losing anything. I have 3 weeks. Like, let me try it out, you know? So it does make a difference when they're looking at that psychologically with them feeling comfortable and saying, yeah, I'll try it out now. And then I'll decide, you know, it's just more comfortable. So any other things you guys noticed different and things that I did when I did the close, what did you guys notice? You can share any of the extra things that I added or whatever. What are things you guys noticed when I was going through there?
I haven't ever used the like talking about a husband and wife, like splitting it up between the two of them, because that just like brings it down so much smaller and more like they can wrap their brain around that price.
And that was something I did when I was a rep, and it helped me sell a lot because I was seeing a lot of lower income, middle and lower. And so it was very easy when we said, hey, it's only this much each. And they were like, oh yeah, I can put aside $40 a week, or, whatever the amount was. And that helped me sell bigger, increase my average sales, because I didn't have customers that could just like pay in full. Like that just wasn't a thing, and some of the clientele that some of you guys have, I'm like, are you kidding me? Like if I would have sold there, I'm like, I was selling in like lower income areas, some of you would be scared to walk through during the day, so anyway, any other things you guys noticed when I was going through it that was helpful or you liked?
I did. I noticed how you tied in people that she knew so that it gives her something to relate to. I liked that.
Absolutely. I always like to name drop when you say most people will agree. I say most people like Miss Smith who has it, so-and-so has it. So like I always name drop when I say that. All right. So great job noticing that. Anything else you guys noticed?
Whenever you had your customer write down $4,000, you mentioned a similar value stuff, like a fridge, stuff like that, things that they had probably already invested on previously.
Yep. And by the way, thank you for referencing that. So you're crushing it, girl. I wrote there, you need to have that phrase that psychologically connects them to that number, right? So like, what is something they've spent that on? So I always like to throw that. That helped me a lot, because before I used to say, oh, but I was scared to say the number. So I was like, you're talking 4,000. I know it's a big number, but don't worry, it's not that much. Don't do that. You want the shock factor, but then you want it to sink in like, oh yeah, I've spent that before, right? So finding that, whatever that phrase is, where when I said, Ms. Jones, you're talking 4,000. And I had a customer, I literally had this happen where she goes, 4,000. I said, yeah, it's like buying like a really nice refrigerator, any home appliance, or even like Snap-ons or Craftsman. And she goes, oh, you're right. Like that literally happened out like verbally, like not even subconsciously, but like verbally. And she was like, oh yeah, you're right. And I was like, so like, you buy it once, you have it forever. I'm like, but as I mentioned earlier, you keep going super confidently, that shift happened when I went field training with my buddy, Peter Sheets. When he got to 4,000, he didn't add that phrase. I started adding something. That's something my manager taught me, like to just add an extra connection psychologically to something they already spent, or no cost 4,000. But when I started off when I did this part, I went and saw Peter, and he goes, he got to that part and said $4,000. And the lady goes, $4,000? And like, I wanted to be like, don't worry, it's not. Cause like I used to do that my first week, and that's why I was crushing my sales. But I just stayed quiet because it wasn't my demo. I was listening. And he goes, well, yeah. He's like, I mean, it's like buying anything nice for that. And he did say that. He's like, it's like buying like a really nice set of tools, golf clubs, nice fridge, like, any top appliance, you're going to spend that. He's like, but, let me show you our sets again. So like, as I mentioned, and he kept going, but he was like not phased when she was like 4,000. And he goes, well, yeah. He's like, it's the best. That's what he goes, yeah, it's the best. He's like, and if you're talking any best home appliances, tools, I mean, whether it's garage tools or it's like, going to play golf, he's like, you're going to end up spending a couple, $3,000 to $4,000 or more. And they're like, oh yeah. And he kept going. And then when he said, hey, the price is actually only, $1,326, she was like, oh, really? Oh, okay. Yeah. I was definitely expecting a lot more, and he did a really good job building value, but like that clicked for me. And I was like, oh crap, I totally been messing that up, Another thing that happened, by the way, I don't know if you guys noticed, Cynthia mashed up the 5-month pay and the deposit. Like you didn't fully utilize what the deposit can do. Everyone understand this? Just saying the 100% refundable deposit, yeah, that's helpful, but like you're not fully maximizing the psychology of that. Cool. So when you guys are doing your closing, you're literally replacing this. All right. And let me just go ahead and share this. Let me see if this lets me share it. All right. Oh, I got a new computer. I have to open system preferences. Yes. All right, forget it. I can't do it. But when you guys go to, let's see here. You guys need.
Do you want me to share screen?
So again, to wrap up, and I want to get your guys' basic takeaways, like making sure you get really comfortable. There's 3 parts to the close. There is the actual, comparison of what else is out there. And then make sure that when you guys finish that page and you say 4,000, that you have that psychological connection to something that in their home already costs that, or if they're buying the best of something, like if they go to Home Depot and they're looking at really nice stoves or looking at really nice refrigerators or looking for really nice tools, like this is what they're going to spend, right? So just getting that connection for them. And if you know they're a golfer, you know that they like nice handbags, you can use anything you know they might spend money on if you know that. If not, you can just use the general things for a home. And then when you guys go to the second part of closing, that's presenting the prices. Slow down. Cynthia did a great job with the price presentation. Great job with that. So be slow. Be excited. Don't be like apologetic in your voice. She was like, oh yeah, it's just 1326. And if they're looking at their paper, we literally just said, it's not $4,000. It's not 3,000, which is what you're going to pay if you go into a store. Ours is actually only 1326. All right. So everything's like 20 or 30% cheaper than what you're going to get in stores. So you could pay in full, but most people didn't put away a couple grand waiting for the knife girl. So most of my customers end up using our deposit program. And Ms. Jones, go ahead and write down 100% refundable deposit. All right. And be slow with that. Okay. You got that? All right. Put 3 weeks to try it. Okay, great. And then I'm like, so here's how this works. And then I explain it after it's on their paper. All right. And then I say, and we have a buy now bonus, and you explain the buy now bonus. And I say, so I wouldn't be doing my job if I didn't ask you, do you want to go ahead and, try this set out? You could either pay in full, or you can just put the deposit, try it out and see how you like it, and they're like, oh, okay. I'm like, would you want to go ahead and do that? And if it's not clear, you can ask, like I asked, like, oh, did you want to, which set did you want, or what color did you want? Like if you need that. And I will say this earlier on, if they're like not sure when you ask them like which set they like, or if you ask them for the order and they're quiet for a while, I'll give you guys one last ninja phrase that you can use. If you have a customer and they say they're quiet, they're like, and it's like been a minute, here you can just say, are you not sure which set, or are you not sure which color? Write that down. That was magical for me. All right. I used to be like, so did you want me to show you some of the smaller options? And they were like, yeah, because they were quiet. They had pause. They were quiet. By the way, a quiet pause is actually a very good thing. That means they're actually considering it. If they were going to say no, they would have said no right away. Everyone got that? So a quiet pause is a very good thing. So you stay quiet. They're considering it. So just ask them, oh, hey, so Mr. Joss, Ms. Cynthia, so are you guys not sure which color? Are you not sure which set? And what does that tell them? They like it. That it's a very confident, like they know you sell a lot of this when you ask that, and they're like, oh, and then they'll respond like, oh, I'm not sure if we want to do it. Or I've had people, I'm not sure which house, I've had people, I'm not sure which set, like I've had all different responses. But some have surprised the hell out of me. And if I was a younger rep, I would have just done what I did when I was new, which was, well, do you want me to show you some of the smaller stuff? When they were quiet, and they were like, yeah, sure. And I just dropped down to the galley and starters, and my nickname was Starter Set Queen when I started. All right. And then when I learned that when they're quiet, they're actually considering it. So it's like, all right, find out. Are they not sure which color? Are they not sure which set? All right. And then we're going to help them from there. But just know that a pause of quiet is a very positive thing. Cool. And then wait to see what they say before you start dropping down. All right. Don't drop down too early. That can hurt you. And next week we'll go over and those who I'm coaching in the Sales Alliance, when we